Mini Wargaming Dan here from miniwargaming.com, here to bring you Tactica on heavy support, FlashGitz. Well, I know this guy's not fully painted. I just started him and I just converted him, so he's got like a big guns and focus on him. It's not focusing. Anyways, got guns up the wazoo. Okay, so FlashGitz they're just hilarious. If you just think about them and what they do, it's okay. A FlashGitz is a knob, okay? But it's a rich knob, a very rich knob. And so he gets, you know, shiny armor and all this wonderful things. Okay, so I had notes because there's lots of things about FlashGitz. And I really, really want to field them as soon as possible. I just need to convert 9 more of these guys. Okay, so you can take them in squads of 5 to 10. Okay, so I at least need 4 more before I can start fielding them. So, and then you'll of course see them in my battle reports. And I'll mix up my army, of course, even though I love my speed freaks. So FlashGitz, great. However, okay, so they're like a knob plus heavy armor, or heavy armor. Okay, so imagine a knob and heavy armor and how much that costs. That is a FlashGitz. That's exactly how much they cost. They come based like that with, you know, their 4+ saves. It was great. However, they also come with a little bit of cool things. First of all, they drop their choppa slugger. They don't have that stuff. But they do have a Snazzgun. Snazzgun is pretty cool, but it's only 2-foot range. So if you think about it, that's still pretty good range. That's still great range, actually. You have to move up, of course, but they are basically knobs. So they got a couple wounds, and they're strong, and they get base 3 attacks. Which means actually even in a charge or fighting, they're still really good. Yeah. So FlashGitz, they're good at shooting, okay? But they're also good at combat. Okay, they don't have anything to cut armor in combat. So that's a little bit of downside. But if you thought a bunch of boys were dangerous, or like FlashGitz, they'll they'll blow the crap out of you with their guns, firing. But they can also be great in combat, so don't forget about that when you're fielding them. So they are kind of, you know, expensive. Actually, they're incredibly expensive. They're like the 2nd most expensive unit in the game. Besides like kitted out knobs, FlashGitz are like number 2 right there. They're just huge point sink. However, they're so fun. You just gotta do it sometimes. And I'll tell you why they're such a huge point sink in a sec. One upgrade you can give them is, what I was getting to is they're huge point sinks, so you usually want to put them in a transport. Battle wagon is always great, wonderful, open top, you know, you move up, you know, time is right, you unload, Snazzgun them to death. If they somehow survive, you charge them and kill them. And then you know, continue death rolling everything with the battle wagon. Good times. But there's also the option of putting them in a looted wagon as a transport. Because it's a lot cheaper than a battle wagon, and if you have the heavy support choice open, you don't want to spend a lot more points on that one squad, and you're not the biggest fan of death roller, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, no, but it gets expensive. So a cheaper option, yeah, you can, you know, throw them up the field and they'll do great. Keep it open top, you can shoot from it. Time is right, you can pop out, do whatever you want. What is also really fun is you throw them with a Weird Boy. Now, Weird Boy is great because he has fun shooting attacks. He also gives boosts to combat and other things, but then all of a sudden you're randomly deep strike. Now, when you deep strike with 20 to 30 boys, all of a sudden it's very, very dangerous because you can mishap so easily. Because there's so many models. But all of a sudden with a knob, he's still got a small base. So you only got 10 with the Weird Boy at 11, right? But that's like a lot smaller. And you can shoot way better, and you can shoot after you, and then they can take a hit and then continue going on. Of course, if you know how to kill knobs, you just place a boom gun on them, or, you know, big strength 8 template or anything like that. So after you deep strike, you're kind of just like, you're already in a circle. You're like, pie plate me. So you still gotta be careful where you're doing it. You can't just be like, la la la. But great to do that with. Okay, so upgrades. They can, first of all, get a Painboy, which is awesome because then you can give them all cyber bodies because that's what Painboys can do. And then they all get feel no pain. So now they have, you know, the 4+, 5+ involved, and then they feel no pain and 2 wounds each, and yeah, very, very similar to knobs in this aspect. And you almost, if you have more than 6 or 7 FlashGitz, might as well get a Painboy. Might as well. Because unless you're getting hit with strength 8 or AP2 weapons, anything below that, which is most of the stuff they're going to be shooting at you, then you'll get feel no pain and you survive so much more. What I like about FlashGitz is there's no wound allocation shenanigans. Everyone upgrades the same, and so it's just, nice, straightforward. It's not there. They just upgrade them, play it. So somewhat disadvantage, I guess, from a player because they're not as strong as knobs that way. But less to think about. You just take wounds and continue on with your life. So there's Snazzguns. They also, in addition, they also have a getfinder. Getfinder is like this thing like implanted in their eye or somewhere in their body. Somehow is the exception to the 40k rule. I don't think anyone else can. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Comment. But you pre-measure before you shoot. Which is great because you can pre-measure for almost your entire army from like that side. Like you're just like, FlashGitz move up, 2 foot. Okay, he's in range, and okay, they're in range. Ooh, they're just out of range, which means those guys, if they move up, they're probably gonna be out of range too. Okay, okay, you're the most juiciest target in range. I'm gonna shoot at you. You're not allowed to do that, but you are with getfinders because they get the find, because it's a getfinder. Hilarious name. So yeah, pre-measuring, sick. And then you get your Snazzguns, of course, as well, which are very unique and awesome. And there is absolutely nothing like this in the entire 40k game. Again, uniqueness, I love it. Okay, so the AP of this, okay, Snazzgun is strength 5. Okay, assault 1. So you get your 10 guys, you still got crap ballistic skills. So you're like, all of a sudden like FlashGitz. Oh, really? That's all they do? I thought Snazzles were good. Well, just wait, because you want to upgrade them. You definitely want to upgrade. It's like almost necessary. If you're going to spend that many points on them, if you want to make them as range effective as you can, you want to upgrade them. And you have to upgrade the whole squad. You can't pick and choose which FlashGitz gets what. Give them all that. But the AP is D6. So you have AP1 weapons, you have AP6 weapons, you have AP4 weapons. Snazzgun can be all of them. So you just roll, and whatever you get, that's what's... The only disadvantage is you have to declare your target before rolling the D6. So if you're shooting at some Terminators and you roll like a 5, you're like, oh, I want to shoot at the other guys instead because whatever. No, you have to say that, and you pray for a 1 or 2. Or if you're shooting a vehicle, hope for a 1. So kind of inconsistent there too, but there's also a solution to that. And that's basically, yeah, so it's already pretty decent gun, to be honest. If it wasn't for the terrible, terrible ballistic skill of orcs, they'd be a pretty good gun because it's still ballistic skill 2. However, this is how you fix it. Snazzguns can be upgraded in 3 ways. Again, every Snazzgun in the unit has to take this upgrade. And it's 5 points per Snazzgun. So if you have a squad of 10 guys, well, I guess 1 upgraded, it's 50 points. Probably 45 because you have a Painboy in there. But anyways, Mordaka. Upgrade Mordaka, all of a sudden, you're Assault 2. So I think that's almost like an auto-include. No, that is an auto-include. Because your FlashGitz are great, but for only 50 or 45 more points, if for a full squad, you can shoot twice as much. Yes, please. Shootier. +1 strength to the Snazzgun. So all of a sudden, you can hurt the next tier of vehicles. You're wounding on 2s on most everything instead of wounding on 3s. Yes, please. Blastus. -1 on your AP roll, but then also gives you gets hot. So Snazzgun, shoot once, strength 5, D6, AP. Pretty good. Upgrade it, strength 6, shoots twice, AP -1.